Have you day plan when you finish Dispatch, or did you already finish it? Oh, I finished it. We did a second day. Dude, people on YouTube are so upset that I didn't like the... And when I say people, I mean like 6 YouTube comments. But on my VODs, I don't get a lot of YouTube comments. So it's a noticeable increase, right? It's not that many people. They're so upset. There's one guy... This one guy has replied to every other comment with like almost a copy-pasted like same talking point. And the dude is like, I just don't understand the dedication. He was saying like, it's obvious she doesn't like the game. Crazy, because I finished it and was like, I liked that game, guys. 7 out of 10. I literally liked the game. Like, but the dude watched the first VOD, I guess. I don't know if he watched the whole thing. He was really upset that I gave critiques during gameplay. Yeah, he's like Deltarune guy. Yeah, he's like the guy that like could not believe that I didn't like Undertale. Yeah, there were like 2 people that were so upset, and I was like, hey man, it's okay. But the thing is, those 2 people were like replying to every other comment under the video, and I was like, I might have to like put you in timeout, because I don't know, they seem to really care a lot, which is kind of, how do you not like feel overwhelmed all the time doing that, right? Like, I don't know. I think they didn't like my attitude because I was like making fun of the game. But like, I think anyone could tell that I was having fun the whole time. If I don't like something, I'm not going to crash out and close the game when I overall like it. And I just don't like one story element. I'm just going to make fun of it. That's all. I don't know. I understand liking a game, but to that level of defending, yeah, right? Like, it's fine if the game was 10/10 for other people. A lot of people really liked it. That's totally fine. But when someone has a different opinion from you and then you go and you like reply to every single comment, man, I think people are not well. Every time I see stuff like this, I'm like, I'm always in disbelief every time that these people are real, you know? I think it's because, you know, we've built a chat here that can agree to disagree, right? Like something I always feel is the best streamer numbers wise has no opinions. Okay? If you give no opinions, then everyone feels like they can agree with you and they can like perfectly match with you. If you give an opinion, the moment you give any opinion on anything, you alienate some people. Always. Even if it's a positive opinion on something, someone will dislike it and be like, I disagree, right? That's normal. The level of alienation is different depending on what it's about, obviously. But the moment you give any opinion on anything, you'll always alienate some people a little bit from you. I always talk about how I feel about things, you know? I always give my opinion because it's my stream. I don't see any reason not to, right? I don't sit there and just be like, oh, I don't know. I think everything's okay, I guess. No, I just be like, I really like that. I really hated that. You know, neutral on this one. It's okay. Meh, 6 out of 10. Oh, that was good. 8 out of 10. Like, I'll always just give my opinion, right? So I know I'll always create those people that like, they really don't like the fact that I don't exactly agree with them. Always. You have rationalist opinions though, harder to hate on those. Yeah, I try to give a little why, and I know I'm not like, I might as a bit, but I think you can tell when it's a bit. For the most part, I'm not talking to someone else who has a different opinion being like, you're fucking stupid because your opinion's not the same as mine, you're fucking stupid, right? I don't do that. But people act like you do. They do this to every stream, not just myself. I'm using myself as an example, but they do it to everyone. If you disagree, they're like, they act like you actually stomped all over the thing that they loved. You know? I don't know, man. Your girlfriend says Charlie took too long to be critical. It's in his name. No, dude will report on something and give like a mild opinion, but for the most part, just talk about it and be like, I don't know, what do you think? And people will be like, he's a fence sitter. And I'm like, what? He's making a video talking about it for informational purposes. It's not supposed to be his personal think piece every time. You know what I mean? Like, but then people will like, they'll like type that. I've seen them type that online and I'm like, why? It's one thing if the title of the video was like, here's what I think about this, and that he didn't really say what he thought, or like didn't really like, you know, pick a side or something, then I'd be like, okay, maybe. But also like, you don't have to pick sides. Not everything has sides all the time. Why has everyone got to pick a side? Everything's gray. Nothing's black and white, you know? You know what I mean? I think these people just don't talk to people in person. I don't think they take part in active like in-person communities anymore, and they don't understand social dynamics. It's kind of weird. It's kind of scary. A lot of his videos do have his opinion on things. I know. That's why I think it's crazy when people are like, well, the thing is, no, they don't care if your opinion is somewhere in the middle. They only want to hear an opinion that's all the way to one side, A or B, right? They want you to be -1 or 1. You can't be 0 or 0.2 or -0.3. You can't be. You have to be -1 or 1 on the scale, right? You have to denounce everything someone says if you don't like them. And if you like someone, you have to approve of everything they do. That's like the way it is, you know? Which is crazy. Crazy. Ethos addicts, they love it. They juice it up. They schnork that shit, man. They schnork that shit. They want to hear the opinion that agrees with theirs. Right, and that's why I'm like, okay, if I'm listening to someone talk and I disagree with what they're saying and I don't like the way they say it and everything, blah, 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 wouldn't you just, like, close the tab? Why build a vendetta, right? Against someone you don't know? I don't get it. It's just like, it's unwellness. It's unwellness. Too many echo chambers, yeah. That's why I will continue to give my opinions all the time, and I'll talk about them at length and give all the bits of nuance that I can, because then I actively filter out the people that can't handle agreeing to disagree, and I end up with a chat that can agree to disagree, which is what we have here, you know? So this is why, like, sorry if it bothers you ever. If I say I don't like Undertale and there's one guy who's really upset about it, instead of just ignoring him, I'll call him out. And I'll be like, why do you care so much? Why do you care so much? Why do you care so much? Because I want that guy to either leave or be like, you're right, I shouldn't care so much. Agree to disagree and stay here and chill out, right? I don't want those people to be able to continue to do that in my space and just no one have a problem with it. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to be nuanced here, which means you have to sit here and listen to other people, watch other people, type things that you don't agree with. And then the reverse is you get that too. Then you can type something and people might not agree with it. And they'll just be like, I think that game's okay. And you'll be like, but I like it. And they'll be like, all right. Instead of people being like, you suck, right? So I'll always end up bouncing some people, but I think we're better off for it for sure. You said that's why I just listen. I mean, yeah, and you're welcome to type something if it's like the unpopular opinion. That's totally fine. The whole my goal is to always curate a chat, a viewer base of people that won't attack each other for simply disagreeing, you know? I really, when I look at chats where people do that, I want to throw up, dude. I'm like, that's so annoying. Who cares? None of you are socially apt, you know? Like, whenever I see that shit, I'm like, oh my God. So I always want to not have to deal with that. And I think we've done a good job. I think we've done a good job, you know? We've done a pretty good one at making sure that we keep that vibe here. And I know some of you, I've seen some of you in some other chats get a little weird with it, but, you know, I'll ignore it. I'll turn the other cheek. As long as you're good here, you know? We're supposed to attack each other for being in different factions. Exactly. I already gave you something to fight over, dude. I see people fighting over games and I'm like, your faction's losing, bro. I'll be like, my username is XX Naruto X Sasuke XX. And then they'll be like, but you can call me Sarah.